don't know.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Welcome back. I've been off for a little bit. Rock Fantasy, doing the Rock Fantasy Files. I got a really special guest today, a friend of mine that's been in a few bands that have always supported Rock Fantasy over the years, and I still get people sending me pictures of like Death or, a lot of Tampa bands, and Terry included, wearing Rock Fantasy shirts from back in the day. And welcome to the show. How's things down in sunny Florida? I guess you guys did a few streaming concerts about a month and a half ago. How did all that go? Maybe we'll talk about that for a little.
Well, thanks for having me. Yeah, the streams were great. We did Slowly We Rot and Cause of Death, front to back, the album entirely, down at ESI Studios in Tampa. Full production. It was amazing. It was great. It's kind of weird, thrashing out and stuff, and there's like no one standing there in front of you. But we made the best of it, and it turned out great. And the third stream was done at the studio, the Obituary studio, and it was like a greatest hits kind of stream. Plus there was some interaction with the fans in there and stuff. It was a great experience. And this 2020, that's what we have to do if we want any kind of music,
Yes.
I mean, I'm sure people would love to, we would love to be playing in front of people live, but you just can't do that right now.
That's for sure. We're living in the dark ages here at the moment, I guess.
Yeah.
But now those streaming events, that was something that you had to sign up and watch. That's then. Can someone still access those to watch, or is that something that was just done one-off?
I believe you can still purchase the streams until January 1st.
Oh, okay. So cool.
Yeah.
If you're having a holiday party and want some freaking obituary death metal, go rent them. Do you find them on the website?
Yeah, if you go to our website, obituary.cc, you'll find the link on there. Also, for those that did purchase it, you can still watch it as many times as you want up until January 1st as well.
That sounds cool. I'm definitely gonna grab a couple beers or some eggnog one night and rent it.
Yeah.
I got Trans-Siberian Orchestra. I did something. They're doing something on Friday night. A good friend of mine, Chris Caffrey. Of course, they're kind of connected with Tampa too, with you guys, with Sabotage and everything.
Absolutely.
They're doing their stream. I believe it's this Friday night, and on the 18th, I believe. We're doing this on a Tuesday, the 15th, right now, and then I guess Kiss is doing a big New Year's Eve bash. Yeah. What the hell? I'll probably rent that too. And I already told my wife, get ready. We're going to watch Kiss from wherever they're doing it live somewhere. I think in the Middle East somewhere.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Speaking of Sabotage, we used to go see them play back in the day when they're called Avatar.
Oh, wow.
Way back in like 81, 82. Yeah.
I love some of that early Sabotage stuff, boy. Dungeons and Sirens and all that stuff, and even Hall of the Mountain King.
It's some of my favorite music. We still listen to it constantly in the band, backstage before we warm up. I mean, what an amazing band they were up until, I mean, some of those earlier records are just absolutely amazing.
Sure. So, maybe we'll go over your career a little bit. You started out, you've been in Tampa all your life, the Tampa area, and been a big part of the death metal scene for many years. And what you started out with Massacre, correct?
Yes. 86, I joined Massacre, kind of late 86. They kicked out their bass player, and I was there from day one pretty much anyhow. Just the drummer, Bill Andrews, is my best friend. So I was at every practice just hanging out. So I knew the songs in and out. And he called me up, said, hey, come over. We want you to play bass. I was like, okay. And then about 2 or 3 months later, we did like a 10-show little tour up the East Coast. We set up ourselves.
Okay.
And half the shows fell through because of weather and general craziness. But it was a great experience when you're 19 years old. Everyone piled into a 4-door car, and we just took off, and And yeah, kind of a few months later, we joined Death. Myself, Bill, and Rick.
Yeah.
Rick was in Death before, then he went back to Death when we did, and Bill and I were there up and through until the spiritual healing touring cycle, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and then joined 6 Feet Under for 16 years.
Yeah. So
Then
6 feet under. Yeah, for sure. I
and
think.
then Obituary since 2010.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how many years is that now, Terry? Or don't you want to date yourself?
I don't know. Since 86. So what's that? 35, 36 years, 34.
I opened Rock Fantasy in 1985. So yeah, it's the 35th anniversary, November 5th. So yeah, you're in the same club
34.
with me. Yeah, you're in the same club of the
Yeah.
30. Yeah, so for sure. So what's some of your favorite material, let's say, in each band? Let's say, if I don't know, I'm putting you on the spot, I guess. Let's say favorite couple Massacre songs, favorite couple 6 Feet Under songs, and
Sure.
Obituary and Death, of course.
Massacre, probably like Chamber of Ages or Dawn of Eternity. I think that's classic Massacre right there.
Mm-hmm.
6 Feet Under, I'm really fond of like Haunted, because it was the first record. I think that's totally what 6 Feet Under were meant to sound like. I'm really fond of the Maximum Violence album, because I helped write a lot of that album.
Okay.
But you know, and in Death, I mean, Leprosy is such an amazing album, but
Yes.
I help, you know, again, I help write some songs on spiritual healing, so that's kind of closer to my heart, you know, for that. So
two classic albums, of course.
yeah, and there's so many good songs in Obituary. I mean, you know, the last album I really enjoy. You know,
Yeah, for
so,
sure. I
yeah,
love that album.
yeah,
I
it's a
caught
good
you
one.
on. Yeah, and so what are you saying? Like, let's say what's your favorite song off that album, or you got one, or you just all kind of equal?
Oh, I like Violence a lot. Um, No is a good one.
Yeah,
These are probably some of my favorites.
I got to
It's
see. Go ahead.
no, I said it's funny. Like when we do an album, you know, a lot of times before you even record the albums, especially with Obituary, you don't really know the song titles yet. So it's like song number 1 or 2.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
sometimes I don't even know the song titles until the album's actually like coming out.
You're like, oh shit, that's the name of that song.
Yeah. So yeah. So if I forget the name of them, that's probably why, because I really don't even know the name of them.
I got to see. I mean, I love that song "Brave" on there.
Yeah.
I really thought it was unique using the animated videos. I thought those were so cool.
Yeah.
You've done like one of those or two now with the animated.
We've done 2 full animated ones. We've done a lot of little you know, commercial for plugging a tour or something. Like there's a
Yeah,
killer one we did for the Slayer tour, little commercial, little killer one we did for the 70,000 Tons of Metal cruise. And
nice.
yeah, and the guy that does those, Balaz, um, he is amazing. He approached us and asked us if he could do a video. So we said, give us a little sample of what you can do. And he sent it and we liked it. So yeah, it's turned out great.
Maybe one day we'll have an Obituary Saturday morning cartoon. Of course, there's no more Saturday morning cartoon. I mean, the Jackson 5
Yeah.
had one, not an
Yeah.
Obituary one. But
Maybe we can get it on, you know, Adult Swim or something. But
yeah, like Death Clock or something. Yeah, for sure,
yeah,
for sure. I mean, it's in that same kind of vein for sure.
yeah,
Yeah, I got to catch you on that tour with supporting, the last album. You guys were at the Irving Plaza. I actually met up with you and gave you a Rock Fantasy shirt. You were saying I need a
yeah.
new one, and I think you were on the row of Creator, weren't you?
I think so. Yes, that was the Creator tour. Yeah.
Creator, Obituary. I can't remember who else was opening on that tour. But anyhow,
Um,
yeah.
I can't either.
All right. I tell
So
you what, being locked in the house here for so many months, I don't know if mine is, you think I remember better, but
I
I'm not as busy, but yeah. Uh, I guess,
it's
yeah, that was a strong tour, and always great to see you guys in person. I mean, John's got such unique vocal style, you know,
yeah.
and
When you
has
hear
it.
when, yeah, when you hear him singing, you know instantly what band it is. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely for sure. And it seems like he hasn't changed much over the years. He looks about like the same guy he did 20 years ago. So,
Yep, definitely.
I don't know what next question, I guess. What album changed your life, or what band maybe got you into metal, or was there a certain era or something that said, I want to play stuff like that and I want to be in a band, or
Well,
maybe.
probably early on, I would have to say Kiss. You know, when I was a kid, um, they made me want to play on stage and do what they do. You know, I couldn't play one note on a guitar yet, but I would try act like I did. You know, and so they're the ones that really got me kind of thinking, playing music might be cool. But you know, it was probably more like just a movement of music, like when metal really started coming in, and
Yeah,
like Mob Rules and albums like that, made me want to start playing music. And then seeing a band here locally called Nasty Savage,
oh
um,
yeah, for sure.
they I went to one of their shows early on, like in '83, and just blew me away. And I was like, oh my god, the power and the energy coming off that stage, and just I want to be part of that. So
I
those
got
are
the
some early things that definitely forged me and pushed me towards playing music.
I tell you, Nasty Savage, I got to catch back in those days, when I first had my store.
Yeah,
What a great band. I think Nasty
yeah,
Ronnie, he
yeah,
dabbled in pro wrestling for a bit too, didn't he?
yeah. He did. I see those guys all the time, and they're
Oh,
still
do you?
going. They sound great right now. They got a killer lineup, and they're doing great. They're actually writing new material, and
So they've been, wow, I've kind of missed a spoke in the wheel with them. I didn't realize they were still around. I was just
well,
going to
they've
ask.
yeah, over the last 30 years, they've been on and off a lot, but
Yeah.
the last 4 or 5 years, they've been pretty consistent staying together. So
And have they
yeah.
dropped an album in the last 4 or 5 years? You're
No,
stumping me? No. Okay. So
no,
I didn't miss anything then. All right.
no. Yeah, the last one they did, I think, is Psycho Psycho. That was back in, wow, like maybe 15 years ago.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
So they're still, are they playing out in the Tampa area, or are just
yeah,
jamming? Okay.
yeah. Before this pandemic hit, they had some festivals lined up, and they were playing some shows. Yeah.
I've got a good friend of mine that used to work in my shop that lives in the Tampa area, and Brad Mader, he plays in a band called Fear Within.
Oh yeah, yeah,
It must not kill. I mean, it must not
yep.
kill. Feel, yeah, and he is. I'm probably messing up now because I was using his old band name, but yeah, and he was playing a gig not that long ago. I was kind of shocked. I'm like, up here in New York, there's nothing like that going on. And I said, like, dude, you guys are loading out to go play a gig somewhere.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
amazing.
I don't know how they get away with it, but they probably played at a place called the Brass Mug, and they've had a few shows. I mean, I guess
Yeah,
they they let half the capacity in, and people have to stand apart. I guess I don't know, but it
yeah,
seems kind of
sure.
weird. But yeah,
I'm old, so I'm playing it safe and staying home most of the time. I feel like I'm kind of like in the retired mode right now. I get up and do a lot of stuff early in the morning, and I come home, and I guess I'm a caregiver for my wife. So yeah, I haven't been to
yeah.
any shows at all. Saw a cover band play at a stock car race over the summer for a song or two. That's about all I saw live music. That's before the pandemic.
Yeah, we have our grandkids living with us, so
Hmm.
and we haven't gone and done anything either since March. So it's like Groundhog Day. Every day just kind of starts morphing into the same day, and you know.
Yeah,
We're
I agree.
getting cabin fever and all this kind of stuff. So,
At least for you are, it's warm enough you guys could go out and get some exercise and walk
oh yeah,
around or do something. Up here now
yeah,
we're turning into winter. We're supposed to get one of the biggest, like they're saying, one of the biggest snowstorms in years tomorrow. We're supposed to get maybe almost 2 feet of snow here in the Middletown.
wow,
So my
yeah.
walking on the trails and everything might be coming to an end for a little while now.
Yeah, if it drops under 60 degrees here, people lose their mind. So
So what's
that's
going on with Obituary in general? Are you guys working on some new material also?
yes, we are. There are definitely some songs out there that have been kind of put down like a rough version, but
Hmm.
there's a lot of rhythms kicked around, and we got a lot of ideas. And hopefully, when things get going again, hopefully that's middle of next year or late next year,
Mm,
um, we will have an album out.
that'd be
So
awesome.
yes,
And
that's the plan.
what's the current lineup in Obituary right now, in case someone is not familiar with the band? Of course.
Well, it's Donald Tardy on drums, John Tardy on vocals, and Trevor Paris guitar. They've always been there from day one.
Hmm.
Those three. Ken Andrews on guitar and me on bass.
Yep.
And we've had this lineup for about 5 or 6 years now. So
Solid. Yeah.
yeah,
I remember coming to see. I actually saw you guys. Believe it was last fall. Like I said, you're in this Groundhog Day type thing, and it's like,
yeah,
man, there were concerts I used to go to. Remember? You guys were on the road with
yes,
Abath, or in
Abbott,
Abath and Obituary. I believe it was Midnight,
yes,
and I can't think of the other band. The other band was from Philadelphia, Devil
um,
Master.
yes, Devil
Yeah,
Master.
I got to see you guys at not Irving, at the Gramercy Theater, and it was a great
Yeah,
show.
yeah, that
I
was a
had
good
that was a
tour.
good tour. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
That was probably one of the last tours you guys did before the shutdown, right?
Um, yes.
Or,
Well, yeah, we did a small tour right after that. We call it the Redneck Run, where we play like B and C markets. We played 2 nights at St. Vitus. That
oh
was with
yeah, I remember that.
False Prophet, and that was in the middle of December. But we started the Black Label Society tour in March,
That's
right at
right.
the end of February and March this year, and it was a killer tour. I mean, there was, you're talking 2,000 people a night, and it was just cranking. The tour was doing great, and then we got shut down right in the middle of the tour in Detroit. So,
Yeah, so
oh,
you were one of the guys that was on the road when this shit hit the fan. I mean,
yeah,
I've talked to quite a few people. I mean, some were in Europe, like Will Carroll, Death Angel,
mm,
who got very ill from the
yeah,
virus,
yeah,
and talked to what was it, Idle Hands, who changed their name unto Others. Now they were on the road or starting the tour with the Mayhem,
yeah,
and forget who else was on that one now. Anyhow,
yeah.
yeah.
Right.
So what? You guys had a lot of merchandise left over, obviously, to sell and all that stuff.
Oh
Or
man, yeah. I mean, it was brutal. We did because this kind of music, we kind of make our money on the back end of a tour.
for sure.
After you pay off everybody and stuff, and you start maybe the last 10 shows, you can start kind of reaping some of the profits. So yeah, it was brutal. We come home with nothing and a ton of merch, but we were able to sell the merch through our website, so that
That's
helped.
excellent.
Yeah, and yeah, so hopefully that tour gets rescheduled at some point. That was a great tour.
You know what? When if shit ever gets back from being sideways, everybody's gonna want to go on the road the same
Well,
week.
that's the thing we're dealing with now. I mean, we were talking to our booking agents in Europe and in the States, and we're locking in dates right now for 2022 and maybe for the end of 2021, because
Yeah.
once the gates are open, you're going to have 10,000 bands that want to tour, and the market won't support it.
No, of course.
So we're trying to lock in some stuff now. That way, we're not scrambling at the end.
And of course, if shit's not ready, you can always reschedule, get it and get it and dotted
Yeah.
and ready to go. And I tell you, you got to wonder about some of the clubs, what'll survive. There's going to be a lot that don't survive, at least in the States. I don't know, I guess worldwide at times too.
Absolutely. That's what's happening right now. There's,
Yeah.
some clubs, especially the small ones, are falling by the wayside, and it's sad. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. What else would you like to add today? Got anything else you want to chat about? Or are you pretty good?
Um, I guess I'm pretty good. I mean,
All
hopefully
right.
this pandemic, this vaccines start working and the world can get back to normal, somewhat normal, and get all
Exactly.
the economies get flowing again. And music, people are just starving for music, man, and we're ready to play it. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm just hoping we can get out there, and
Music keeps me going. I mean, that's what I
yeah,
do. I go out and I got a new dog. I got a dog right before before not before mine, but before the pandemic, and she's kept me pretty sane. And we go out and hit the trails and go for walks, and that's where I listen to a lot of my music, other than being home. But
yeah,
I used to be when I was driving to the city or driving to a show, checking out the tunes. And now, I got one room in my house with a turntable, so I do try to listen to a lot of records because a lot of bands put out some vinyl this year without it being able to support it with a tour. Like
yeah,
Incantation and whatnot. Good friends with John, and some good records came out this year actually.
yeah,
And it was
definitely.
kind of like so good to get a new record from somebody, just something new to listen to and something to support. I'm going to hit you up with a couple fun questions and then maybe we'll call it a wrap for the day. What's your
Sure.
favorite Black Sabbath record?
Oh man, this is going to be it's going to
I'm
piss
throwing
some
it.
people off, I guess. But it's Mob Rules.
All right. Hey, I
I
didn't say
mean,
it had to be Ozzy or Tony Martin or
I
Ian Gillan or
Dio.
Dio for
I
sure.
I love most of all Sabbath. I mean, obviously the early Sabbath, that's the benchmark. But I don't know, just Mob Rules, just it hit me when it came out, and it's just an amazing record. I just love it. I do like a lot of the Tony Martin stuff, and I mean, Born Again is an incredible album. But it's got to be Mob Rules for me.
Excellent. So you do like some Tony Martin because a lot of people are like, Ozzy or
It's
nothing like
funny, yeah. I like the first thing he did, Eternal Idol.
yeah.
To me, that's the best Tony Martin record because it's just a good heavy rock album, and it wasn't like it's like they weren't trying to be heavy. Like it seems like after that, Tear and
Yeah.
they tried to be heavy, and it just to me didn't flow as well.
I like the
But
Headless
I
Cross
just
quite a
love
bit.
Eternal Idol.
That was one thing that hardly you couldn't really get to see Tony Martin with Sabbath in the States, so they really didn't tour. And I got to see him at the Civic Center in Poughkeepsie, and there was nobody there. It was like them and Kingdom Come. It was like a weird bill. That was a Headless Cross tour, and there was not many people there. But interesting to know that you like that. What's your favorite Iron Maiden LP? I'm throwing you in the spot for a couple more bands, and then we'll do something fun. What do you say? Your favorite Iron Maiden? Are you thinking?
Hey, you there?
Yeah, yeah. I'm here still.
Can you hear me? Okay.
I can hear
All
you
right. I'm
fine.
sorry. I'm okay. Say that last question again. I'm
I
sorry.
was wondering what your favorite Iron Maiden record is. I hit you with Sabbath. I'm going to hit you with Maiden and one more maybe.
Okay. Again, this is going to piss a lot of people off, but I Somewhere in Time is probably one of my favorite Maiden albums.
I don't think there's
I just
anything wrong with that.
I love it. It's aggressive. It's a killer. I mean, I love Deano. I mean, obviously, that's Killers is absolutely incredible. But I don't know. Just for me overall, I seem to listen to that record a lot more than the others.
How about,
It's got great vocals.
yeah, for sure. It's a great album. I thought you were going to say
Yeah.
something with Blaze Bailey. I mean, if you're really going off the
Oh
chart,
no, no, no.
you're like, I'm going to piss people off because you
I
went
I I
with.
No, I can't listen to that stuff.
No, I've heard some of the songs later on, but I never gave it a chance when it came out. I have to say I'm pretty bad with Priest material with Ripper too, and some good stuff. But it's not Halford. I'm not listening to
Yeah, it's almost like again, they tried to be too heavy when Ripper came in. Like, some of those
it.
lower
Yeah,
vocals he was singing. It's like it's kind of put me off a little bit.
I'm gonna hit you up with one more band. Your favorite Slayer record?
Oh man, I mean, my favorite Slayer recording. It's not even a full album. It's Haunting the Chapel.
Okay, good
Yeah,
choice.
I just, I mean, I love the tone of that album. I just love it. Just you know, right before Hell Awaits, but Hell Awaits is amazing. That's my favorite recording by them is Haunting the Chapel.
Favorite death metal band that you haven't played in?
Oh man, wow.
Throwing you under the bus now. Someone's gonna right. Oh,
No,
well, you
that's
didn't say
okay.
my band.
Maybe Autopsy.
Okay,
I love
okay.
love Autopsy. Some of that stuff is just like totally heavy and evil. I love it. You know, I would have to say that.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad that you came on today with me, and I'm trying to start. You're in season 2, I guess, because I did a bunch of these in the summer, then I've stopped for a couple months, and actually did one with Terry, and it didn't really come out that well. I don't think I was in a great mood that day or something, and you were kind of staticky, and then I kind of left it lay for a couple months, and I said, let me get in touch with you, and let's start this
Sure.
up again, and gonna try to do a few episodes here and there, and
Anytime.
try to promote some metal and rock and roll at the same time. And if you like my channel, please subscribe, hit like, comment, and Terry will look at it. I'll look at it. If you got any questions or anything you'd like to add, and thanks for tuning in to the Rock Fantasy Files with my good special friend and special guest and good friend Terry Butler. I can't even talk today, and I'm not even drinking.
That's all right.
Well,
That's
thanks
okay,
for
man.
watching, everybody.
Thank you, man.